We're here with the All In CrossFit Podcast, episode number 11. All right, Jarrod's joining me again. He's turning out to be my beautiful co-host. But just started the month of May. We're about 9 or 10 days in, and just want to remind everybody that May is what we call Bring a Friend Month. Okay, it's Bring a Friend Month at All In CrossFit, and what that means is if you bring a friend into the gym, they try out a class, what we're going to do as an incentive for you to do that is we're going to put your name in a drawing for you to possibly win a free pair of Nanos. Okay? And then on top of that, if your friend actually joins the gym during the month of May, then their name will also go into a drawing.
Separate drawing,
yes. Separate drawing and they could possibly win a pair of Nanos for themselves. So, 2 drawings, you bring a friend, your name goes in. Your friend signs up, their name goes into another drawing, and it's up to you how many times you have your name entered. You can bring as many friends as you want, and every time you bring a friend, your name goes into the bowl. Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Sounds good.
Pretty good.
Good chance. We got a lot of students that are out because the semester just ended, so a lot of room in the classes.
Oh yeah.
Chance to bring a friend by. Check it out.
Oh yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time to bring in those friends who may be a little intimidated of just walking into a gym.
Sadie's here, by the way. I don't know if y'all can hear.
Those friends that may be intimidated going into a new gym. You know, they think, oh, it's nothing but super fit people there, and I don't want to go in there because everyone's going to laugh at me because I'm out of shape. This would be a good time. Class is going to be a little bit smaller because summer semester doesn't start for another couple weeks. It'd be a good time for them to get integrated into the gym. So like we were saying, just be a good time to go ahead and to join the gym because classes are a little bit smaller and it's a little less intimidating of an atmosphere. Not intimidating anyway, but you know how you are. You know how people get.
So I think that kind of helps bring us into this week's topic, which is
the misconceptions of CrossFit.
Yeah.
And why people are intimidated to start. What do you think? If you had to pick one reason, like when you talk to your friends, what's the main reason? What's one of the biggest reasons you get why people don't want to do CrossFit?
I think mainly they're scared when they see like what the workout is. They always will say like, "Oh, I'm not fit enough." Like that's literally what I hear every single time. I'm not fit enough to be able to do CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I just want to be like, we have people of all fitness levels like that come to our gym. You don't have to be fit to start CrossFit. I mean, that's like part of the journey.
Yeah.
This is a great style of training to get yourself into an area where you want to be fitness-wise.
Yeah.
And I think another thing is they see like the glorified side of CrossFit from Instagram, Facebook, and they see all these like elite athletes posting like crazy numbers as far as lifts. But that's probably the 2 main things.
Say anything you want to add? Speechless.
But you've been around it a lot more. That's just from me talking to my friends, trying to get them to come by.
Yeah.
And so I guess what is it that you've seen over the years?
Yeah.
And has it like changed like when it first started to how it is now?
Yeah. So over the years, like it's the biggest thing that keeps people out of the gym is I've seen it shift because in the beginning it used to be we always wanted to go, and when we see our buddies out and they're asking you what are you doing for working out, it's I've been doing CrossFit. And they're like, well, what's that all about? And all we want to do is talk about how hard it is, and like we did this and that, and oh man, it's a super hard workout, and we don't realize it, but we're just making our friends feel like even worse about themselves, like just subconsciously they're thinking, so and so's doing this, I know I can't run 400 meters and then have to do all that stuff. So I'm never going to go do that.
Yeah.
I think it's just, and sometimes, we just forget about what it was like when we first started. And we automatically go into, well, we did this today and it was just super gnarly. And we forget how long it took us to actually work to a point in our own fitness where we could actually produce some intensity. I remember my first couple workouts, I was scaling everything, scaling reps and rounds, and I was going slow as Christmas, but still, when I talked to my buddy, I was like, man, you won't believe that workout I did today,
Yeah,
so I think
it's an easy thing to do. especially when you get to a point to where, like you said, you started out where most people start out, struggling through workouts, scaling, and then now you could do all the movements. And so then, like, I think it's not necessarily a pride issue, but it's like, hey, you know, this is where I'm at, so like you want to brag about that to friends.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's kind of like, you know, it's almost like trapping them into being like, oh, well, you know, if you're going to come work out with me, this is what you've got to do. But that's not the thing. We've talked about, you know, scaling before, and like you can scale any workout.
Yeah.
And so just because somebody's doing this, you can do a variation of that or move, you know, to a certain point to where you can handle that workload or whatever it may be.
Right. And I know just from experience, in the beginning, you would talk to your friends about working out, and you would totally leave out the part about every workout scalable. You know, and they're just like, well, there's no way I can deadlift 185 pounds for 50 reps. And so they were just like, I'm over. But then, like, the other thing that, and it's gotten a lot better, but CrossFitters in general were just super proud to post that ripped hand picture. And I don't know, I think that if that would have been like a huge thing, that came into play about a year or so after I was into CrossFit. But seeing a bunch of bloody hands would not have made me want to go join a CrossFit gym.
I agree.
And I'm so glad that.
And I'll tell you something similar to that. You see people that run like half marathons and marathons, and you see their feet afterwards. And these are runners that have been doing it a long time, and they still, you know, they may have, you know, issues with their feet, where ribs, tears, whatever it may be. Like that's something that will keep me from wanting to do long distance runs.
Oh yeah.
But that's just part of it once you get to that point. And yeah, rips are going to happen, but usually it's once you get to a certain point and you're able to do workouts at a certain intensity or larger volume set. So it's not something that's going to happen early.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to rip your hands the first time in the gym, unless you're not listening to the coaches there.
Yeah.
But I mean, even now, 9 years into CrossFit, I look at ripped hands as an injury. So I'm not happy with myself if I let my hands get ripped because then I'm
it
having
became
to
glorified
change
for a
everything.
while. It's not as bad as it was. I'd say probably 2 to 3 years ago, it had gotten really bad. You saw it on social media all the time. Yeah, it happens. It's going to happen in the gym. It's going to happen. You know, you just eventually do so much that you're going to wear out. But like you, all the time, taking care of your hands by making sure that you have everything sanded down so that you can prevent that from happening.
Right. Because I mean,
it does hurt you in workouts later on in the week if you rip early.
Oh yeah, it's like if a basketball player has a sprained ankle. They can still go out and practice. Yeah, you can still play in the game, but you're affected by it no matter what.
Yeah.
And so that's why I always try to avoid that. And I'm glad that I kind of see that people they don't do it as much. You still see it here and there, but it's not all the time. But now, like the big thing now that I notice that people, like the first thing they say when you talk to them about CrossFit is like, oh, that CrossFit game is way too intense.
Yeah.
And they think that what's going on in the gym on a daily basis is the same as what's going on ESPN.
It's nowhere close.
Yeah.
Nowhere close.
Nowhere close. We're not doing 500-meter ocean swims because, one, we're nowhere near the ocean. And we're not training. The 99% of us aren't training to be the fittest person on earth. So we're not even going like anywhere, like not even putting the amount of volume, the amount of intensity that you see on TV. And what is on TV is a competition, like no one watches. It's just crazy to me that when we look at on TV and see CrossFit, and people say when they see it, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to do what those people are doing." But no one looks at a basketball game and then decides I'm not going to go play pickup basketball because they see LeBron James on TV.
Yeah. I've never even thought about it like that.
It's all relative, even though it's completely different, it's still relative.
To your competition.
Yeah, like I'm not going to look on the TV. And I think that what happens though is that like we see what they're doing at the CrossFit games and we can come into the gym and do that.
Yeah.
Like you can replicate that. You can set it up.
But that's also what is good about CrossFit.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's totally because you can put yourself almost in the same shoes.
You can try and achieve the same stimulus as the elite athletes.
Right.
But then obviously 99.9% of us that are in here on a daily basis are not going to be able to replicate that.
No.
We're not going to be able to handle what they can. So that's why it's fun to scale back and get the same workout as them.
Right.
But then we do it at a different way. And we don't do it with the same, number of reps, whatever it may be.
And we don't have thousands of people watching.
True. Getting paid.
And we're not
sponsors.
ESPN. Yeah. It's just not happening. And so I think that those are the three main things that I see a lot. Or, just the whole I'm too old or I'm too out of shape. Like you said earlier, I got to get in shape before I can try CrossFit.
Yeah, that's usually the one that I hear.
Yeah.
Just about every time.
And that's just that one I wish would go away.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell people all the time when they come in, they're like, I'll come back when I get in shape first. I'm gonna go run for a little bit. But no matter what you do, like I've seen people that were, you know, professional level cyclists that would go out and podium in races on weekends, and they started CrossFit, and it just smoked them because it's totally different. Like, yes, you may be a really good runner, or yeah, you may be a really good swimmer, or you're really strong, but you're not combining all those elements together in order to try to achieve a certain level of fitness. And so when you do that, your body's not used to it. It's something totally different. You're gonna get tired, you know. So happen. No amount of training, unless you do CrossFit. The only way to get in shape for CrossFit is to do CrossFit.
Yeah.
So
I think that's good to take those points and apply to what we were talking about with maybe in the bring your friend. One thing that I think we need to really push is like the community aspect of like coming here. And in that, you know, you get to experience like the workouts with, you know, friends. And so that's why I try and tell my friends whenever I'm trying to get them to come here. I'm like, look, it's a fantastic time. Like, you get to hang out with your friends. Yeah, you know, the workouts suck sometimes, but that's part of, like, if you're wanting to get to the point to where you're you know, a good, well-rounded athlete, you got to put in the work, like you said. It doesn't matter where you come from. And so we've got folks here with all different kind of backgrounds. People that played sports their whole lives, people that didn't, people that are just trying to better themselves that may be older, but they're like, hey, I want a better life while I'm here. I've only got one life to live. And so, like, I wish we could, like, pair that when we are telling our friends about it instead of being, and I'm guilty of it too, like you said, of being like, oh man, that workout was terrible today. You know, friends will ask me like, hey, what did you do today? And tell them, and then they're like, wow, you know, I couldn't do that. I can't do handstand push-ups, handstand walks, you know, other movements. And it's like, well, I couldn't either when I first started.
Right.
And so you've got, you know, different progressions you've got to make in order to get to different points. And I've still got a long way to go on my fitness journey overall. And so, like, and being here with everybody and actually having the people around working out with me helps me out a ton, because there's a ton of days that I just want to stop when I'm like, all right, I'm through, like, I've had a bad day, like, I don't want to finish this workout, but you've got friends doing it with you as well. And it's like, okay, well, if they're still going, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
If they're doing another round in an AMRAP, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep doing this. And so I wish we could kind of, you know, portray that to people when we try and bring them here to the gym.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. A lot of good points. And to sum it up, like, May is Bring a Friend Month. Think about all these points that we talked about. You know, when you're discussing it with your friends, trying to convince them to come work out with you, sell them on the community. You know, even lead with the community, because I think that's the best thing that we offer.
Yeah, we've said that several times on here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel I'll put our community up with anybody. I mean, the people inside these walls are all awesome people, and they like to have a good time and get fit. So lead with that, and try not to scare people off with, you know, that picture when you scroll back 2 years on your iPhone, you know, finding that ripped hand picture. Don't show them that, and just, you know, tell them that they can win a free pair of shoes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great incentive.
Yeah, and you can win a free pair of shoes for yourself, guys. So, May, bring a friend. Every friend you bring, your name goes into the hat for a drawing. If your friend signs up, their name also goes into a separate drawing to win a free pair of Nanos. All right, that's episode 11. Sadie saying goodbye mentally, just sitting here twirling her hair. Jarrod, I'm Chris. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.